Hey, I'm Noah, one of the co-founders of Pack. We're building the travel experience you've always wanted, but never knew you could ask for, until now. First and foremost, I don't think I need to convince a room full of investors that travel planning still kind of sucks. Why? First, it's high effort. Number two, it still lacks personalization. Number three, it's still human-led. Whether it's you, an executive assistant, or a loved one, you're still subjugating someone to actually looking through the flights and hotels yourself and figuring out the schedule. We don't love that. So what do we love? I want to be able to say, it's raining again, get me to Miami this weekend. I want to know my existing schedule, be able to find cities that fit in that I'm already going to love. I want to know my upcoming events, be able to, with one click, figure out what times and dates the flights and hotels are. I want it to be proactive. I want it to be actually personalized. I want to know whether I like window or aisle seats, whether I'm okay with flying, what times, whether I'm okay with taking a red eye. And also, I want to know that if I'm flying to New York, I like to fly in a day early so that I can get a slice of pizza. Finally, it should be able to tell me the things I need when I need them. If I know TSA wait times, and I know the drive time, why can't it tell me when I need to leave for the airport? So who is we? I'm Noah, the CEO and one of the co-founders. Between my other startups, I mostly worked at Google and Meta on ads and AI. My co-founder, Matt, at the same time, was working at SpaceX and Ring on consumer products. During the 10 years we've been friends, we've spent a lot of time going skiing, going on vacation, and thinking about all the things that we wish a travel app would do. And so we built it. So first and foremost, as much as we love a 300-question onboarding flow, I've been working on travel for more than a year, and I still can't cleanly explain my preferences, which is why all we're asking for is your email and calendar. From there, we're driving everything else. And as much as a 3-word prompt might feel magical, the real magical prompt is when you don't have to write, 0 words. Our system is designed to be proactive. So instead of you needing to open the app and work through it, we'll send you a notification that your trip is ready. So, scrolling up. I have nothing before the trip, meaning I can fly out on Thursday, enjoy a full extra day in Cancun. I will get there in time for the wedding dinner, ceremony, farewell brunch, and nothing stopping me from coming back on Monday. Awesome. So, 0-word prompts extends to mitigating disruptions. Many companies right now are sprinting towards trying to be able to handle flight delays and cancellations. However, the real magic is in the events themselves. Your meeting got pushed back a little bit, so you're not going to make your flight, so let's extend your trip for you. The concert is canceled, so therefore you don't need the hotel and flight anymore. We're going to send you a notification when we want to extend your trip because we think there's something we need to change, or when we need to move something else so that you can make it to your meeting on time. That being said, we don't think a single notification is a very interesting demo, so we're showing you what a human prompt would look like. As you can see right now, it's ranking a ton of flights and hotels. And in just a second, we'll see what it recommends for me. Scroll up a little bit so you can see some of the information behind it. Awesome. So it seems like flying out midday, nonstop, gets me in before dinner. Awesome, looks good. Hotel, upscale resort, has all the amenities I want. And flight back, gets me back in time. Sounds good. So let's talk a little bit more about the space. I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, aren't LLMs going to be able to do this? Qwen, the model by Alibaba, has a benchmark called deep planning. It gives the models a lot of grace and opportunities to try to work through this. First and foremost, in the prompts, the user cleanly lists off every one of their preferences. I want a 3+ star hotel. I want to fly out between this time and this time. I want to fly out on this day, and I want to go to these restaurants. Additionally, it also makes it easier on the models. This is a universe where there's 20 flights and 20 hotels, instead of tens of millions of options like there actually are. In this asking, with unlimited time and unlimited tokens, is the model able to make an actually travelable plan that makes sense and is flyable? Unfortunately, Frontier models still get around 20 to 40%. But to be fair, it's not really their fault. One hallucination in a chain of thousands or millions of choices leads you to either having to run through the airport to make it somewhere on time, or your hotel check-in is after the wedding starts. Additionally, you run into issues where LLMs are designed for conversation. So the question as written is what's being answered. If it's expecting it back and forth, where you then tell it the dates and times of the locations, or if it gets stuck on a marketing email, you might end up with a trip that isn't exactly what you want. So I'm sure you're all thinking now, where are we on this chart? We're actually up here in the top left. By nature of our architecture, it's extremely reliable. We want to release this as a completely free app that everyone can use. We want it to be something they can fully trust. When it works first try, and it finds the flights and hotels you'd actually pick yourself, we think people are going to love it. So I'm sure many of you are thinking now, how is this possible? For those in the audience who guessed distributed, simulated annealing, near-symbolic context engineering, congratulations. For those of you who didn't, it's probably something a little bit closer to Agentic, and we agree. We think this is the future of how Agentic technology should work. It should be trustworthy, it should be reliable, it should be free, it should be proactive. And of course, what's a travel app without travelers? As I mentioned before, I used to work at Meta. During my time there, I optimized more than $40 billion in ad spend. I was on the 3-person team that initially tried to monetize Reels, and I built a lot of the tools for how do you apply Gen AI at scale. If you have billions of products, you need every single one to be customized. All this to say, we're very excited to be on the other side of the table. We're going to try to build a best-in-class war machine for ads, because short-form video is incredibly hard to crack, and we're pretty excited to take a crack at it. If you're going to Japan and you're outdoorsy, or you're going to Japan and you like nightlife, you're going to have a completely different trip. So we think your ad should be personalized too. We're planning on generating thousands of pieces of content because we think the perfect trip deserves the perfect ad. We're nearing the end of the procurement phase to locking down a major booking partner. This would give us tens of millions of items of inventory and allow us to get live. If you're as excited as we are to have your travel fully solved, join the waitlist. If you have any features or requests, come find us. Thank you.